Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is your teacher from IYS School's Mohammadi Girls Primary Campus, and we are having our online English classes of class 5 for the academic year 2021-22. So, this is the cover page of your active English book, class 5. Before we start our lesson today, I have some instructions which you need to follow. You should have your active English course book and workbook, a pencil and a notebook to write down your queries and important notes. Listen to the lesson attentively. Follow your teacher's instructions. Take screenshots of the slides where needed. Do work in your English copy of the first term. All the work will be done in the English copy and the course book work will be done in the course book only. Okay, I hope I'm clear. So, before you can ask your questions by raising your hand, or if you have any query, you can also ask them in the chat box. You'll use a hand-free if you are using a mobile phone and headphones for computer use. Take care of the time for attending the class. If there is any disconnectivity during the class, you try to rejoin by within the 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So try to register yourselves by your name because I'll be taking your attendance. So not your mobile numbers, your names. So what are the objectives of today? You'll understand and enjoy the adventure because it is an interesting and adventurous and amazing unit. Okay, you'll understand the questions about the events in the adventure and you'll know the meanings of the new words. You'll get familiar with the new words and their meanings. So, what's the unit name? On the quest for food. Quest means a long and arduous search for something. That is, you are making difficult efforts in search of something. Here, you are making difficult efforts in search for food. Okay. So now let's read the questions before you read. Where does your family get food supplies every week? It's easy. You get your food supplies after the production, storage, and processing, packaging, and transportation from the wholesalers and retailers. Retailers are the food suppliers that are from street vendors or shopkeepers. You get food supplies from the markets, local shops, supermarkets, etc. very easily. And you can even get it from online and it will be delivered to your doorstep. Now let's read the second question. Do you think it will be same if you live in the wild? Wild means something dangerous. If you live in the wild, if you live in a natural environment which is uninhabited, that has no humans, then it will not be easy for you to get the food supply at the door. It is not possible that you'll get your food supplies for any retailers or any shops there. There are no shops there. How do you think you will be able to get the food in the wild? Obviously, you have to make efforts to get the food to survive in the wild. It will be difficult to find your daily proteins. Edible fruits are very easy source to supply of to survive in the wild. When the fruits are available, but you have to look for your edible foods, those foods which you can eat. You have to come out of your comfort zone for the survival in the wild. That means you have to make efforts. You have to struggle for the food requirement of yours. Now, look at the screen. The screen, you'll see Daniel Defoe. There's the picture of Daniel Defoe. He is the writer of the story related to about the character Robinson Crusoe. He was an English novelist, Daniel Defoe, an English novelist and a journalist. He was most famous author and of the character Robinson Crusoe. It is a story about a man shipwrecked alone on the island. Daniel is considered to be the founder of English novel. Okay, I'm just giving you the introduction about the writer, though it is not present in your book because you should know who is the author of this character Robinson Crusoe, which we are about to read. Now, we'll read the unit first and then I'll read it again stanza wise to explain it to you. Robinson Crusoe was shipwrecked on the deserted island. To survive on this dangerous island, he learned to hunt and build a shelter. The need for meat kept me going. I tried to keep a goat, but he was no good. He was afraid of the goats and kept running back to me. The goats of my island were very hard to kill. I finally caught a little one, and as time went by, I got a mate for my goat. It wasn't 2 or 3 years before I had many, but at last I had found enough goats to get goat's milk to drink, and I could kill one for meat whenever I needed to do so. What I needed most was something to replace the bread and flour. My reserves on the ship were fast depleting, and I needed cereal to sustain myself. I made a big dry cave my home on the island. It was very dark and dingy, and the fact that I had no candles did not help either. I used the fat from the goats and dipped whatever cloth I could find in it, setting this fat soaked cloth afire served the purpose of candles. As I hunted for a piece of cloth, I came upon a bag in which we had kept grain on board the ship. Now, we'll come to our next page. It was just the kind I needed. I took it out and dusted it outside the door of my cave. I thought no more about it until one day I saw some little plants growing beside the entrance of my cave. A close look and I realized that they were corn plants. There were some barley and rice as well. A few seeds must have been left at the bottom of the bag and fallen in just the right place to grow. I had to look after these plants, saving every bit of grain from the birds. It took me 4 years before I had grown enough grain to eat. I had first landed near a small stream. As I walked up the stream, I found lush green fields of grass and sugarcane. Farther up, I found some melons on the ground and grapevines growing on trees. They were heavily laden with bunches of grapes. I recalled that the grapes could be dried and preserved as raisins. With this thought in mind, I picked the biggest bunches I could find and tied them to the outside branches of the trees to be sun dried. I tried more than 200 big bunches this way. Each night, when I went back to the cave, I could carry many limes in bags made of sailcloth. It was long, dreary walk with the weight of the limes pulling me down, but survival was the only thing on my mind. One day, I found that my grapes were well dried. I carried them home to my cave. It was a good decision for the next day. A big storm came up. The winds blew very hard, and my raisins and apples would have all been lost. I kept the raisins, lime, and meat at the back of the cave. This was the coolest area and the best place to store supplies. I sat at my table and read my Bible by the light I had made. So this was the story of Robinson Crusoe. It was all about the efforts which he made in search for food to survive on the deserted island. So I'll read the para now, stanza wise and para wise, and then I'll explain it to you for better understanding. Robinson Crusoe was shipwrecked on the deserted island. To survive on this dangerous island, he learned to hunt and build a shelter. Robinson Crusoe tells us about his experience on the deserted island. He is he is shipwrecked on this deserted island, and his ship got and had an accident in which it got destroyed, and he had to stay on the deserted island. Island is a piece of land which is surrounded by water from all sides, and deserted means not populated by humans. That means there is no population, it is uninhabited. He was stuck there. It was a dangerous place, as island may have wild animals and other creatures. So to survive there, to continue to live there, survive means to continue to live there in spite of the danger or hardships, he learned to hunt. That means to kill animals for food and build shelter, to make a place to give up for him to give him protection from bad weather and danger. Okay, the need for meat kept me going. I tried to keep a dog, but he was no good. He was afraid of the ghost and kept running back to me. Try to imagine yourselves to be in the position or a place where Robinson Crusoe was, where you don't get your basic necessities of life. How are you going to survive there if there is no food supply, no storage of food, no light, no place to live? You will learn to live in spite of all these hardships, difficulties, because we are humans and we are the creation of Allah. We can learn to survive in any circumstance, any condition, any type of situation. So Robinson Crusoe also learned to survive. He is telling us about that he is narrating us that he made efforts to get meat. But when he got stuck on the island, he needed meat, and meat is the good source of protein, vitamins, and minerals. So he needed meat to eat to survive on the island. He also tried to keep a goat. As you know, that goat is a faithful animal. So for his safety, he tried to keep a dog. But he was no good. Dog was no good as he was afraid of the ghost. He feared the ghost, and uh, he kept running back to Robinson Crusoe when he was chased by the ghosts, and he retreated back when the ghost ran after him, as he was scared of the ghost. So the dog was of no use, though dogs are kept for your safety, but he didn't feel secure in front of the ghost, and he was not able to even hunt the ghost. So he was of no use to Robinson Crusoe, as the ghosts there were wild, so they were very fierce. So he was not able to be of any help. The ghosts of my island were very hard to kill. I finally caught a little one, and as time went by, I got a mate for my goat. It wasn't 2 or 3 years before I had many, but at last I had enough to get goat's milk to drink, and I could kill one for meat whenever I needed to do so. That means that the goats there were very hard to kill, because the wild goats know very well how to protect themselves. He finally got a little goat for himself, as the wild goats are very aggressive. Robinson found a little goat, that means a baby goat, which is called a kid, for himself. And as the time passed by, he also found a companion for his goat. He found a male goat for his goat, and it was a fellow member or partner. And after 2 or 3 years, he got many goats. That means the number of goats increased in 2 to 3 years. So, but at last, after a long time, he had enough goats. He got goat's milk to drink, and he had enough supply of milk every day to drink. And whenever he needed to eat meat, he would kill one of the goats for his meat, for his protein intake. He would kill one of the goats. Now, what I needed most was something to replace the bread and flour. My reserves on the ship were fast depleting, and I needed cereal to sustain myself. What Robinson needed most was that he wanted something to replace flour and bread. He wanted something to take the place of bread and flour, as his reserves for the bread and flour on the ship were depleting. He had consumed nearly all his flour and bread storage. He had used all his food supply for bread and flour on the ship. He needed cereals to sustain himself, to support himself. Cereals are essential to maintain a healthy life. So, his storage for future use of cereals was depleting. Of cereals, flour, and bread was depleting. Cereals are the grain which are used for food like wheat, maize, etc. Okay. I made a big dry cave, my home on the island. It was very dark and dingy, and the fact that I had no candles did not help either. I used the fat from the goats and dipped whatever cloth I could find in it, setting this fat soaked cloth afire served the purpose of candles. As I hunted for a piece of cloth, I came upon a bag in which we had kept grain on board the ship. So Robinson made a big dry cave his home. A cave is a large hole in the side of a hill, cliff, or mountain. He made it its home, his home, made it his home in olden ancient time. People used to live in cave. So the cave was very dark and dingy. Dingy means something which is very dark, dull. Okay. So, and the fact that he had no candles did not help either. It was a dark place, even dirty, shabby, and dull. Dingy means dirty, shabby, and dull. And he had no candles to lit the dark cave. So he used the fat from the goats he killed. He had saved the fat and dipped the cloth he found in the fat and fat of the goats and set it on fire. So it helped him to lit the cave to provide him light, just like the candles in the dark, and also keep him warm. We know that Robinson was stuck on the island. So how he found the cloth? He hunted for the cloth, he looked for the cloth piece, and he found a bag in which he used to keep grains. Grains are the any type of cereals which are cultivated, which are grown on the land, like wheat, maize, etc. So he kept that bag on the ship, and he used it for lighting a fire. That cloth was used for lighting a fire. Okay. Now it was just the kind I needed. I took it out and dusted it outside the cave. So he was very happy to find it, and he wanted just the same kind of cloth. He needed this type of cloth only. He took it out and dusted it. He tried to remove the dirt and dust from it by brushing it outside his cave door. I thought no more about it until one day I saw some little plants growing beside the entrance of my cave. A close look, and I realized that they were corn plants. There were some barley and rice as well. A few seeds must have been left at the bottom of the bag and fallen in just the right place to grow. I had to look after these plants, saving every bit of grain from the birds. It took me 4 years before I had grown enough grain to eat. After dusting the cloth, he did not give it a second thought until one day he saw some plants growing beside the entrance at the door of the cave. When he looked keenly, they were corn plants. There was some barley and rice as well. Barley is in Urdu, it is called jo, and in rice, chawal. So there were three different plants: corn plant, barley, and rice. So the bag which he found from the ship of the grains, which he dusted at the door of his cave from it, some seeds which may have been left at the bottom at the end of the bag may have fallen in the right place and started to grow. At a perfect place they had fallen, and it was a great surprise for him, as cereals were the most he needed in his diet. And so he started looking after these plants because these plants were essential for his food supply. So he watched the birds and kept the birds away from snatching the food which he had surprisingly grown. It took 4 years to have enough grains for him to eat. Okay, it took him 4 years. That means those grains grew a long time. It took 4 years for them to grow. So here we get to know that Robinson stayed on the island. It had passed 4 years had passed there, and it had been 4 years since he got stuck on the island. Okay. I had first landed near a small stream. As I walked up the stream, I found lush green grass of sugarcane. Farther up, I found some melons on the ground and grapevines growing on trees. They were heavily laden with bunches of grain. When he first landed on the island, the place where he was a small stream. As he walked up the stream, he found lush green fields of grass and sugarcane, meaning grass and sugarcane were growing in abundance. It was a thick plantation, and farther up, at a great distance, he found melons on the ground and grapevines growing on trees. Melons are, in Urdu, it's called a kharbuza, and grapevines are a type of climbing plant in which grapes grow. That means angur. So, juicy grapes grow on them. They were fully loaded with the bunches of grapes. Okay, and melons and the grapes were found on that deserted island. Okay, so I recall that grapes could be dried and preserved as raisins. With this thought in mind, I picked the biggest bunches I could find and tied them to the outside branches of the trees to be sun dried. I dried more than 200 big branches this way. So he remembered that grapes could be dried and preserved, safe from getting rotten for later use as raisins. Raisins are a dry fruit. In Urdu, they are called kishmish. So dried grapes are called raisins. So he picked up the biggest bunches he found and tied them to the outside branches of the trees to be sun dried so that he got dried by the heat of the sun. In this way, he dried 200 big bunches of grapes into raisins. Okay. Now, each night when I went back to the cave, I would carry many lines in bags made of sailcloth. It was a long, dreary walk with the weight of the lines pulling me down, but survival was the only thing on my mind. So, Robinson Crusoe is saying that when each night he went to the cave, he would carry many lines in the bag made of sailcloth. Okay, a sailcloth is a fabric used for making weatherproof cloth. That means it protects the things in it from water, from storms, from winds, all sorts of weather. It was a long, dreary walk, meaning that it was a dull, depressing walk which he did not enjoy. He had to carry the heavy bags of lines which he pulled him down. He was pulled down by the weight of the bags as the walk was very long, but still he did it as in order to live, he had to do it to survive in this difficult circumstances. In the difficult situation, he had to survive, so that's why he had to do it. One day I found that my grapes were well dried. I carried them home to my cave. It was a good decision, for the next day a big storm came up. The winds blew very hard, and my reason and efforts would have all been lost. I kept the raisins, lime, and meat at the back of the cave. This was the coolest area and the best place to store supplies. I set my table and read my Bible by the light I had made. One day he found that the grapes were fully dried, well dried. The cave so he carried them to the cave, which was his home. It was a good decision. He made a good judgment of taking the dried grapes to the cave. As the very next day, a big storm came. It rained with thunder and lightning. The strong winds blew, and the hard and violent winds would have destroyed his raisins as well. All his efforts would have been lost. It would be in vain. All his efforts would have been lost. It would be useless for him to try to make such efforts. He kept raisins, lime, and meat at the back of the cave as it was the coolest place for storage. We humans keep our food, we preserve our food items in our refrigerator, as the refrigerator is the coolest place. So he kept it at the back of the cave, as he did not have the fridge. The back of the cave was the coolest place, so it was a good place for keeping them there, okay, from, well, helping them not to get rot. So he used to read a Bible every day at the in the light he made by dipping the cloth in the fat of the goat. So by making that fat soaked cloth, dip that cloth in the fat, he made the light and read the Bible by sitting on the. I sat at my table. That means he sat on his table and read the Bible by the light he made. So this is the story about Robinson Crusoe. It is telling us about the efforts he made to survive on the uninhabited island, because there were no humans there. So the moral of the story is that a person can succeed against all odds with right combinations of hard work, planning, resourcefulness, and religious faith. So he tried to survive, and he even succeeded in living there without any basic necessity. So now we'll move towards our book exercise. Reading comprehension, page number 22. What kinds of food did Robinson Crusoe have on the island? Write your answers in the correct part of the food pyramid. Protein and dairy. Protein, his meat was his protein. That means goat's meat, and the dairy product was goat's milk. Fruits and vegetables were melons, lime, sugarcane, grapes, and raisins. And grains were cereals, corn plant, barley, and rice. So you'll write the names here. Okay. Now we'll come to our other exercise, that is circle the best answer for each statement. Robinson Crusoe kept a dog, but it was afraid of the ghosts and kept running back to him. It shows that A. The dog was healthy and energetic. B. The ghosts were fierce and could run faster than the dog. C. Robinson Crusoe was useless. So let's see the answer. The ghosts were fierce and could run faster than the dog. Take the screenshot. Number 2. Finally, Robinson Crusoe caught a little goat. Later, he got a mate for the goat. He wanted to A. Take revenge on the ghost. B. Let his goat have a companion. Number C. Produce his own goats for a stable supply of food. C. Produce his own goats for a stable supply of food. Number 3. Robinson Crusoe chose a big dry cave as his home because it could keep him safe and warm in the storm. B. It would have space for his ghosts to roam around. C. It was the only place facing the sea. So let's see the answer. It could keep him safe and warm in the storm. Number 4, it took Robinson Crusoe 4 years for looking after the plants before he grew enough grain to eat. It must have been A. Boring, watching the plants grow. B. Difficult to keep away the birds snatching the crops, torturing to grow crops he did not like to eat. It's difficult to keep away the birds snatching the crops. Now take the screenshot or either do it with me. This is your course book, and this work has to be done in the course book only. Okay. Now let's look at the new words. Number 1, shipwreck. Number 2, deserted. Number 3, depleting. Number 4, sustain. Number 5, dinghy. Number 6 is theory. Number 7, sailcloth. Number 8, reserves. Number 9, preserved. And number 10 is leaden. I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now these are the words' meaning. Okay. Quest, search. Deserted, empty. That means not populated, uninhabited. Shipwreck, an accident in which the ship is destroyed. Afraid, fearful, frightened. Number 5, mate, fellow spouse. Number 6, reserve, keep for future use. Number 7, depleting, consume. Number 8, sustain, support. Number 9, dingy, that is dark, dull, dirty, and shabby. Take the screenshot. Number 10, grapevines, a type of climbing plant on which grapes grow. Number 11, laden, that is loaded. Number 12, preserve, save for later use. Number 13, dreary, dull, depressing, and gloomy. Number 14 is raisins, dried grapes. Number 15, sail cloth, fabric used for making weatherproof clothes. Number 16, survival, continue to live in a difficult circumstances. Okay, take the screenshots. Now, these are the question answers on the course book, page number 23. How did Robinson Crusoe end up on the island? Robinson Crusoe was shipwrecked on the island. Number 2, why did Robinson Crusoe keep ghosts? Robinson Crusoe kept ghosts because he needed meat and milk on the island for survival. Question number 3, how did he get light? He used the fat from the ghost and dipped whatever cloth he could find in it. Then he set this fat cloth on fire. Where did Robinson Crusoe get water to drink? The answer to this is he got water from a small stream. Which word tells you that Robinson Crusoe did not enjoy carrying heavy bag of lime? Answer. Dreary walks are the words that tell us that Robinson Crusoe did not enjoy carrying the heavy bags of lime. Now, there were altogether 5 questions. I hope you have taken the screenshot. Now, we'll come to the homework. This is the work to be done in your English copy. Make the title page of the unit. Write the outline of the unit. Write new words. Write word meanings. Write question answers, and then make sentences of the given words. The words for making sentences are: number 1, deserted. Number 2, afraid. Number 3, sustain. Number 4, leaden. Number 5, decision. Number 6, served. Number 7, dangerous. And number 8 is purpose. Now, this is the title page of your unit. And this is the outline of the unit. That's all for today. Thank you. Allah Hafiz. Hope you enjoyed the class.